Okay, that's why I figured
Yeah, he's queuing us up.
Yes, I will. Don't worry. It was definitely the effort of that meeting. Yeah, you're right. Yes, I told him not to have that meeting without me. Yeah,
You know?
I want to make sure I was set up for you guys. This thing is usually fills the house.
No. More comfortable. Right? Oi!
nice to see you all here.
Yeah, this is the hot seat.
Thank you so much. Good. I know. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And please, when ready, please share.
Yeah. We'll never have. We're planning on doing another fundraising for.
Oh, it's going to be announced next week. Good. Yes. Good. Yes. Next week.
Should we announce it today?
We wish. We wish. We're not. We haven't crossed all the T's yet. We haven't dotted all the I's yet.
This is yours. Hold on one second. I just need to double check
Doing a meeting or?
that this is.
I believe he still is.
I message on the board. We need to know here.
She's right here.
Yeah.
I just need to make sure. I'm just looking at this is all. I just need to write on them all. I'll just show. This is their proclamation. And this is yours.
Okay.
And I'll just open it.
That seat is there for a reason. Someone
I almost did it while I was there. More behind me. It's like what organization I was going to put on the Zoom.
Big. It's up there.
Well, if I get fancy, I get one. This is the one I got my eye on.
Josh, welcome up once you left the bread and
Sorry, say that again.
in the opening just mentioned welcome Dr. Brett.
Yes, Dr. Brown.
It's my
I like getting stuff from what's the
and see te que spalero que do bendice todo.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's here. That's fine. I think he's going to share some words with us.
I don't know if she's not. Like for example,
Yeah.
Senator, good morning.
That's a great idea.
I mean, but that's like,
Huh?
not, you don't need it.
He's coming. I was wondering who somebody said.
I think so. When I bought it, came to it. So long. Oh, right. So I was like, whoa, I can use this for stuff. But like,
Now it's
so
looking for like portraits, really understand portraits.
you gotta be far enough away
Yeah.
with the way you got the studio lined up right now.
You get 50 the month. It's not like half the studio together. Nice focus.
I talked to Buzz, I'm still figuring it out. That's what I got there. But
Good to learn everything.
We're just waiting on the governor.
Yeah.
Which he's upstairs.
It should be down soon.
Attempts to install a fire pole over here.
For real, right?
That would be like right in the corner there.
I just finished up with them.
Oh, yeah.
President, na pina gini?
Ja. Den gången går man slunka.
We have a lot of empty seats here, so.
Yeah, Senator, Congressman,
Sit up here.
na pina?
Do you have Japanese and others? Of course. You can go. Good, thank you.
Yeah, just the portraits.
Okay. Okay.
It's nice location, but something behind it. It's like the house. Yeah. So you want them to be photos. Just white behind them. Or you want to get some background out there.
Or we bring it along.
Yeah.
Trying to get rid of my coat, still.
Oh, yeah? How long has it been?
trying to find somebody to take it away from me.
Not I. Thank you for your patience.
The governor should be finishing up his meeting upstairs, so he should be coming down shortly.
Some people are still coming.
Where's John today?
Red Cross.
The Red Cross?
Yeah, so they had just done on Rhoda the smoke alarm thing. And,
Okay.
so they, they're just going from one project to the next. Franco, would you like to talk about the car wash and the raffle first? May as well fill in this time. We're going to fill up this time before we start the proclamation by doing a little advertising.
Right on.
Okay. We know that some people have said they would buy car wash tickets.
Yes. Yes. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. Just speak loud. Yeah. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. As we wait for the governor, I'd like to highlight some exciting upcoming events in honor of Oral Cancer Awareness Month. Anyone sitting at the table, you can see that you guys have two flyers on the table. One is for the oral cancer car wash, which will occur from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. on April 19 at Shell Puerto Rico gas station. Each ticket is just $10, and if you'd like to purchase, there's a QR code there, or we also have tickets available here with us. You can just visit one of the staff or me, and we can give you guys that. Starting next week, Monday, we'll also be launching an Oral Cancer Awareness Month raffle fundraiser, which has prizes valued at $300, like a one-night stay at Crown Plaza Resort with breakfast, as well as certificates from Angry Penny. Tickets will be sold in sets of $1 and $5. If you'd like to support, there's also QR codes there as well that you guys can scan through PayPal, or you guys can visit us as well. We have tickets here available with us. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Franco.
Okay, here's the governor.
Wow, perfect timing. Right, see. Go, Oh,
Good morning.
tayo sa start. Go first. TikTok.
I need to get my steroid shot on my knee. Hey, Eli. Eli, is that you? Hey. Congressman Eli.
All right. Thank you very much. Good morning, and we'll get this ball rolling. Thank you all for being here for this proclamation to commemorate and signify April as Oral Cancer Month. This is an important event, and we have some distinguished speakers, and we want to make sure we get to them, so I'll make this brief. You are all deeply appreciated for your presence. You are our advocates, our supporters, our partners in this effort to address oral cancer in the CNMI. And so again, on behalf of CCA, we thank you so much. My name is Lynn Tenorio, and I am one of the staff members at CCA. So to begin, I'd like for us to kind of just take a moment and reflect on this one question. How has oral cancer impacted you, someone you know, or our community as a whole? So as we listen to our distinguished speakers this morning, I'd like for you to take a moment to kind of reflect on that question. And with that, I'd like to begin with inviting our distinguished our fearless leader, Jocelyn De Leon Guerrero. She is the president of CCA Board of Directors. So please welcome Jocelyn.
Fearless, really?
Yes, fearless.
I don't know.
Don't be afraid. Just say what you need to say.
Nope. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, all.
Honorable Governor Arnold Palacios, Honorable Lieutenant Governor David Apatang, honorable members of the legislature, I'm so happy to see our esteemed members of the legislature join us this year. There's been several proclamations, and we've been missing you. So I'm grateful and thankful that you are here. I worked at the legislature for 8 years. I retired at the legislature. Yeah. Back in 2005. I know, right? That says a lot. I also want to recognize Reverend Father James Balahadia. Thank you for joining us this morning. Dr. Brett, the oncologist at the CHCC. Thank you. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is a privilege to stand before you today as we gather for the Oral Cancer Awareness Month proclamation signing. Your presence reflects a shared commitment to raising awareness and taking action against a disease that continues to impact our community. Again, I extend my sincere appreciation to Governor Palacios and Lieutenant Governor Apatang for their steadfast support. I also want to recognize our stakeholders, partners, caregivers, and most especially our oral cancer survivors, whose strength and resilience inspire us all. I'd like to ask if there's any cancer survivors, I hope there are, in the room, please stand up. Let's give them a round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Priscilla Castro. Thank you, press. Today, we gather for an important and serious cause that has deeply impacted our indigenous community, oral cancer. It has taken the lives of too many of our loved ones, subjecting them to immense suffering, and we cannot afford to be silent. In the CNMI, the use of betel nut, or pugwa, has been closely linked to this disease. And let me emphasize, this is not just about what is mixed with the nut. The carcinogenic danger is within the nut itself. I repeat, it is in the nut. In 2023, we took a bold stand. The Commonwealth Cancer Association took a bold stand by declaring a war against oral cancer in the CNMI due to its devastating impact in our community. This battle continues today. Our work is far from over. In 2017, the CCA released Chew, a documentary featuring Barry Oladay. Some of you may have known Barry, an oral cancer survivor who bravely shared his experience to educate and protect others. Though Barry is no longer with us, his legacy lives on, urging us to press forward with even stronger determination. As we enter 2025, we must renew our efforts and push for stronger preventive measures and education. I would also like to extend special thanks to Jacqueline Kittigwa and Iris Kittigwa, please. Jackie and Iris are right here in the front. They are the wife and daughter of Cisco Cruz, whom we lost to this disease. Iris and Jacqueline, your willingness to share your story reminds us all of the human cost of oral cancer and strengthens our resolve to fight harder. Thank you for being here today, and most especially to read our proclamation. Ladies and gentlemen, our call to action is clear. We must protect our future, our youth, and our people. Prevention and early detection are key. I encourage everyone to take advantage of the free oral cancer screenings offered at all dental clinics on Saipan. Simply request a free oral cancer screening at your next visit. I believe this small little card in front of you has all the dental clinics. Beyond screenings, advocacy must remain at the forefront of our efforts. The CCA remains committed to increasing awareness through educational initiatives and collaborating with dedicated advocates like Claudine Atalik. Is she here? Okay, Claudine Atalik to spread awareness, including pushing for a betel nut labeling bill. I look to our esteemed members of the legislature. We need your help. We really need your help to inform the public of its dangers and to protect our youth, as the addiction often starts in their teenage years. But we can't do it alone. We need the entire community to stand with us. Ladies and gentlemen, before I conclude, I encourage everyone here to look around the room. Go ahead, look around the room. The number of people diagnosed with oral cancer in the past 7 years surpasses the number of individuals in this room today. Take a moment and reflect on that. This stark reality should compel us to take action today. Let's continue to educate, continue to advocate, and to protect our community. Together, we can save lives. Thank you.
I said fearless, right? So thank you, Jocelyn, for the call to action. And with that, I'd like to invite Jacqueline and Iris, the dynamic duo, to read our proclamation this morning.
My mom, Jacqueline Kittigwa, and I stand here today, not just as a voice, but as a family who has felt the deep loss that oral cancer can bring. My father, Cisco Cruz, was strong, brave, and full of life, but cancer took him away too soon. It was not just his fight, it became our family's fight, and we want to make sure that others do not have to experience the same pain. Whereas oral cancer is a serious disease that affects too many of our people in the CNMI each year, often caused by the use of betel nut and tobacco. Many people do not realize how dangerous these substances are until it is too late. And
Whereas here in the Pacific, oral cancer rates are higher than in many other places. It is taking away our parents, our family members, and our loved ones. Betel nut and tobacco are both class 1 carcinogens known to cause cancer. Based on the 2023 NCD and risk factor hybrid report, 93% of all current chewers add tobacco to their chew. Even more compelling, according to the CNMI Cancer Registry, in the years 2018 to 2023, 120 people were diagnosed with oral cancer, which is an average of 20 new cases each year. 73% were between 18 to 59 years of age. Of those diagnosed, 62% or 75 individuals were men, while 37% or 45 individuals were women. In the 6 years, 40 of our loved ones passed away from oral cancer. But this is not just about numbers. It is about real people, real families, and real pain. And
Whereas my dad fought this battle with unwavering courage. Facing each day with purpose is a reminder that oral cancer does not just affect the person who has it, it affects everyone who loves them. When my dad passed, our family's world changed forever. And
whereas the signs of oral cancer are not always easy to notice at first, if more people knew what to look for, maybe they could get help sooner, learn the symptoms. White or red sores or patches that do not heal on the gums, tongue, or lining of the mouth, sores on your lips or mouth that bleed easily and do not heal within 2 weeks, unusual bleeding, numbness, pain, or tenderness in the mouth, difficulty chewing or swallowing, speaking or moving your jaw or tongue, difficulty opening your mouth. These are warnings that should never be ignored. And whereas to honor Cisco's memory, Iris transforms her grief into a powerful force for change through her extracurricular activities like jiu-jitsu, volleyball, and also writing a book about her dad, as an outlet for growth, embodying the resilience her father would have wanted for her. Her accomplishments serve as a tribute to his legacy, showing that even in loss, there is strength, purpose, and hope. And
whereas the best ways to stop oral cancer is to prevent it. We can do this by making healthier choices, staying away from betel nut and tobacco, and going to the dentist and getting regular checkups. If we act now, we can protect our families and future generations from the pain of losing someone too soon. And
whereas education and awareness can save lives, if we share our stories, listen to those who have been affected, and spread the message, we can create real change. It starts with us.
Now, therefore, I, 1APR2025, Governor of the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands,
And I, David M. Apateng, Lieutenant Governor of the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands, by virtue of the authority vested in us with the Constitution and laws of the Commonwealth, do hereby proclaim April 2025 as
Oral Cancer Awareness Month. Let us honor those lost by taking actions today. Knowing the risk, making better choices, and protecting our loved ones. Now is the time for change to prevent oral cancer and protect our children and youth by discouraging betel nut chewing and tobacco use. Together we turn grief into action, loss into awareness, and tragedy into a future free from oral cancer. In witness whereof, we have hereunto set our hands on this first day of April 2025.
Thank you, Iris. and Jacqueline for your courage, for sharing your journey with me, so we were able to write this proclamation together. Thank you so much. And I'll open this up to you, Governor.
Thank you, Lynn. Joss, thank you. I also would like to thank and welcome our legislators who are here. And Dr. Brett, thank you for your services. Father James, thank you. Nice to see you in the governor's conference room rather than at Cristo Rey Church. And to all our folks who continue to help support the association. I can only say this, that Cancer Association has been at the forefront of all these efforts to bring awareness and assistance to members of our community, one in need, and also to provide the public education on outreach to bring awareness and programs to our community. Many of us know family members, friends, and members of our community who have passed due to oral cancer or other cancers for that matter. But I want to thank Iris and Jacqueline for sharing their story and for assisting in reading the proclamation this morning. Let's continue to fight. Let's continue to encourage our people to seriously take a look at betel nut chewing, and hopefully we can get rid of oral cancer. I mean, there's just too many people in our community that end up with passing from oral cancer, and that really we need to change direction. So I want to thank you again to the association and those members of our community, the legislatures and other agencies that continue to provide this awareness to our people. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I have a very long remark, so just sit back and relax. That's kidding. Hapuday Chiro. Thank you, Commonwealth Cancer Association, advocates, survivors, and families for working tirelessly to spread the incontestable dangers and awareness of habits that have been empirically associated with oral cancer. In the cinema, chewing bitter nuts is acknowledged as one of the main causes of oral cancer. Additionally, it has been commonplace to argue that chewing bitter nut is an indigenous custom that has been passed down from generation to generations. Some will contend that bitter nut is safe if used pure and free of addictive effect of lime and tobacco. Be that it may, a reasonable and well-meaning person will say, why wait for the doctor to tell you you have stage 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 oral cancer, when you can simply walk away from the habit before it strikes you? We need to keep in mind that our bodies and health have evolved significantly over time due to factors including lifestyle, environment, and genetics, resulting in both adaptations and vulnerabilities to certain diseases. Something that wasn't harmful to us back then might be harmful to us now. Whether it be smoking or chewing, the vast majority of our adults in the cinema Develop this habit early in life. A simple lesson is tell your loved ones to not start or just quit. Save life. In our present time, it is not cool to chew your way to cancer. It ruins your life, your families, and your finances. The ugly pleasure is you get in the end is, yes, it's just ugly. So let's prevent oral cancer. Stop chewing bitter nut. Stop smoking. Save your money for better days. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Governor and Lieutenant Governor. Great. That's exactly what we want to hear. Thank you. And at this time, I'd like to invite Dr. Brett up to the front here, please.
So thanks for inviting me. Better. Yeah. So I'm Dr. Peter Brett. I came here from California about 6 years ago. I love working and living here, so I'm hoping to continue staying here for a long time. And I just wanted to thank this entire community for letting me live and work here. It's just a great place to be. The reason I came here was to help establish local cancer care here, which really wasn't too available before. But I think we've got a good cancer treatment program established now that works well for this community. One thing that struck me, though, as soon as I came here is that oral cancer, as you all know, is very common. And back in California, I only saw 1 or 2 people with oral cancer every year. Typically people who smoked cigarettes and drank a lot of alcohol. And that was about it. And here, though, as everyone knows, it's much more common. And as people have said, it's about the second most common cancer we see. So in our clinic, maybe 20 people every year get oral cancer. And 20 in a population of whatever we have, 45,000 or something, that's a lot of people. And this is young people in their late 20s or 30s, and middle-aged people in their 40s and 50s, and older people in their 60s, 70s, or 80s. It kind of seems to hit every age group. And as you all know, it's not just the person who's affected by the cancer, it's their family, their children, their more distant relatives, their friends, and really it affects the entire community. And it's something that is so tragic when it occurs. I only tend to see it once it happens, but everybody sees it in the family and community all along the way. So it's really a big thing. So it's great that you guys have an oral cancer awareness event like this so that people are more aware. Now, I just wanted to talk about 2 patients of mine, and they're composite patients, so they're not real. They're just kind of a mixture of 2 different patients, just to give you my perspective on what does it mean to have oral cancer and what should we be doing about it, really. The first patient is the most typical kind of patient I see, and this is a patient with stage 4. You guys have all heard of stages. So stage 4 oral cancer means it's a big cancer, or it's getting from the mouth into another part of the body like the bone of the jaw, or it's spreading down to lymph nodes in the neck. And so the first patient with stage 4, typical patient, is about 45 years old, who has noticed a lump in his mouth for about 6 months, 9 months. Then it starts hurting in the jaw, the face is starting to swell up a little bit, and then he starts having bleeding from the mouth. Now he knows about this for 6 or 9 months, but he's kind of hoping that things will get better and just go away. Maybe it's a cold sore or something related to the betel nut he's chewing, and yes, he's chewing betel nut. But it's not going away, it's just getting worse. And his breath starts smelling bad and he's having a hard time chewing. Eventually he sees somebody does a biopsy, and he comes to me. And so this is by far the most common patient I see. And in this case, we might see 12 or 15 patients like this every year. This is stage 4. So this typical patient has a large cancer in the mouth, it's spread into the jaw, it's spread into the neck. We do CT scans, biopsies. And what do? Well, the first thing to know is this is a patient probably who, no matter how we treat this person, is very hard to cure. So there's a very high chance this person's eventually going to die of the cancer within a year or 2. We've developed some really great treatments for betel nut-induced oral cancer in our clinic, partly because we've had to. The traditional treatments aren't working so well. So we use immunotherapy treatments and some other high-tech treatments that help a lot. But a patient like this, normally we have to send them off-island to Los Angeles. They do radical surgery. The patient comes back with a lot of scarring. After the radical surgery, they need very toxic radiation treatment to their face and mouth. Causes a lot of pain. It's really difficult to go through. Leaves them with a lot of dryness, hard to open the mouth after that. Then they come back to us, and we keep an eye on them. And almost always, not always, but almost always, cancer comes back. After all that, comes back in a year, year and a half, 2 years. And then we have to think what to do. And we do have these high-tech treatments like immune therapy, chemotherapy, and so on. And that can work pretty well to keep the person okay for another 6 months or a year. But it's still, then the cancer comes back again, and eventually this person will die. And again, it's not just this person, it's their whole family and relatives and community and everybody who gets affected by this. And it's not like you die quickly in your sleep. It's a long, slow process of suffering before you die. It's a horrible, horrible tragedy. So that's a typical person here with stage 4 betel nut-induced oral cancer, which is mostly what we see. And I can give you just one more scenario. So this is a person who also chews betel nut. They notice a small lump in their mouth, little one, tiny. And they say, oh, I should get this checked up. So this is smart, okay, because this person's not ignoring it. And so a small lump, they go see a dentist. Dentist says, ooh, that doesn't look good. And the dentist either refers to our ENT or does a biopsy himself or herself and finds out, sure enough, it's an oral cancer. But this is small. This is maybe a ½ inch big or an inch big. That person, so a typical patient I might have would be, say, 35 years old, who gets it checked early. After having seen the dentist, gets a biopsy, we know it's a stage 1 or a stage 2. Stage 1 is about a ½ inch, stage 2 maybe an inch big, inch and a half. Gets seen by our ear, nose, and throat surgeon, gets cut out. Still an operation, takes a few weeks to get over it, and the whole cancer gets cut out. Now, after that, usually a patient doesn't need any more treatment. No radiation, no chemotherapy. 4 times out of 5, the person's cured. Cancer's gone. It's not great to have gone through that surgery, but usually that's the end of it. And so we always hope that the person is caught early stage disease, stage 1 or 2, because it makes such a difference. The patient lives a normal life, goes back to work, could live another 50 years if they're 30 years old, and then that's it. And we also, of course, encourage them not to chew betel nut anymore. And generally, if you've had cancer, you're going to quit chewing betel nut. All right. So what does this all mean? So we all know that betel nut itself or combined with tobacco That's what causes oral cancer. If no one chewed betel nut here, maybe we'd have 1 case of oral cancer a year here instead of 20. That's going to be a tough thing, I think, reducing betel nut chewing here. But I think, of course, we should continue working on it. That's a long-term goal. And I know CCA, Public Health, are working with education in schools so that people, learn early that chewing betel nut's not good for them. But right now, what can we do? So right now, lots of people still chew betel nut. I think the most important thing is people need to be aware that if something's wrong in the mouth, as soon as you detect it, maybe wait a week to make sure it doesn't go away on its own. But after a week, if it's still there, you need to get it checked up right away. So there's 2 ways to do that. One is if you have an abnormality, go see a dentist. And if you see a dentist, you have in the back of that card there, almost all dental clinics in the area will allow you to have a free checkup for oral cancer. They'll look really carefully, and if they see something wrong, then we can get treatment going right away after a biopsy. And as I mentioned, almost all people are cured of it then. It's not as devastating a disease if it gets caught early. That's the most important thing. Also, the dental clinics offer regular screening. Even if you feel fine, you don't have a lump or anything, going in once a year for just a checkup is really critical too, if at all possible. And those screenings are free to people. So we could prevent most cases of people dying of oral cancer if people just went in as soon as they felt something wrong or saw something wrong in their mouth, or if they got regular annual screening to detect it. Even if people still chew betel nut, at least many fewer people would die. And I think that would be just so critical. So all the fancy treatments we have that we've developed in our oncology clinic, I have to say some of the treatments we're doing, they're being copied in the mainland because we have more experience here than almost any other place with oral cancer with some of our treatments. But those won't hopefully be needed so much in the future if everybody who gets oral cancer is diagnosed at an early stage. And I think that's just really critical. So I'm really glad people are becoming more aware of oral cancer. I think most people are. And I think the next step is making people aware that not to ignore little symptoms. By little symptoms, I mean any lump or bump in the mouth, any change in what the mouth looks like on the inside, a red spot, white spot, all the things you have in the card. But anything, basically. If it doesn't go away in a week, it should get checked if you chew betel nut. And that's really critical. We have our dentist at the hospital here, Dr. Sabino. She's right here. I know she has another engagement coming up, but I thought she does a lot of oral cancer screening. Would you like to just say a few words too, as long as you're here? You can stand up.
Like Dr. Brett said, it's pretty much free service by all the dental clinics on the island, and it takes less than 5 minutes. All you need to do is call so that they can make sure that there's a dentist available at the clinic, and you just come in. It takes 5 minutes just for us to quick look. We only need a mirror and just manipulate the mouth a little bit, and right away we can figure something out, Many times I will tell them, if I'm not sure, they'll come back in 2 weeks, another quick 5 minutes. We do biopsy at the dental clinic if we need to. Otherwise, if it's beyond my training, it goes up right away to ENT. So the dental clinic at CHC works very closely with ENT and Dr. Brett's office to make sure that if there's a suspicious lesion, that person is on the way to be treated right away. Because the earliest they get treated, the survivability is much higher, is better.
Is it very hard for a person to get into the clinic for a screening or a checkup?
No, because at least in our premise here, at least in our dental clinic, if someone wants an oral cancer screening, we try to see them right away because we know how important it is. So you have to mention oral cancer, because if you say an exam, you will be charged, right? Because an exam is not just looking for suspicious lesion, but to check on the health of your teeth. So the the most important is to say it's for oral cancer screening, and what we do is just a quick look to make sure there's no suspicious lesions in your mouth.
What do you think is the barrier? Like, why don't more people come in for oral cancer
I think
screening?
a lot of people are afraid. They're afraid of what we might find. They're afraid of what we might tell them. But it is true what you said, the smaller the lesion, it has been taken care of here on island, and those people are, you would never have thought that they had oral cancer. It's the ones that are already too late, that they can't already chew or they can't swallow, that it makes it very difficult to treat, you know? So I think the primary thing is that they're afraid to know what's happening in their mouth. That's the barrier. Because I could go and we would offer free oral cancer screening in our mobile unit, and who shows up? The people that don't chew. And of course, most of them don't have anything like the ones that chew, even though I see them walking around, they don't want me to inform them what's happening, you know?
Do you think they're embarrassed that they do chew and maybe their teeth don't look that good or they're stained or something? Is that part of it?
I think if they were my friends, yes. But if they're, usually they're not, I don't think they're ashamed. I think they're more, they don't want to know. They don't want to know, and they ignore it, it will go away.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
Thank you.
Okay, sorry. I guess I have to go. But thank you for listening, and I think it's all super important stuff. Very sorry about Cisco, by the way, and thanks for everybody else's remarks, too.
Thank you. By the way, Dr. Brett is an oncologist plus a hematologist, and so and he brings his passion for cancer care and treatment for our community. So can we please give him another hand? And next, but not the last, because we have one more after. Father James Balahadia, can you please come up? And I'm hoping, because CCA is doing a partnership with the diocese, and for those of you who are touring, you know that it's Lent, and we've given you many opportunities to take advantage of Lent and our partnership with the diocese as well as public health. Thank you.
It's very dangerous to give a preacher a microphone, but I'll try my best to keep it brief. I take this opportunity not just to address our Catholic community or our Christian community, but really all people of goodwill, for we share the same island and we are interconnected on our small but beautiful community. A friend of mine has a saying, "You cannot delegate your faith." The doctrine of faith is passed on and lived from parents to children, generation to generation. But at some point, you need to take ownership of it. You need to be accountable for one's faith. It cannot just be grandma and grandpa. It cannot be delegated. You have to assume that responsibility. And I would argue the same principle is true in our health. It cannot be delegated. As Christians in the Catholic community, our scriptures tell us that our bodies are a gift from God, our whole existence. And our bodies are a temple of the Holy Spirit. So we try our best to treat our bodies, what God has given us, with the utmost respect and with dignity and a stewardship of care. And so I believe we are here today to spread awareness of oral cancer and really a holistic approach to overall health for our community, for our people, mind, body, and of course, the soul. And so I just encourage our people to read the literature, read the studies, and to take it serious for our health, for what God has given us. You know, the word addiction in Latin is addicere, and addicere really means no voice. That for a lot of our people, because of the stresses of life and the challenges, perhaps the brokenness of families, we turn to these habits of addiction in order to escape for a little bit what we sometimes don't want to face. And for our brothers and sisters who may be struggling with any forms of addiction, and even that of addiction to chewing, to tobacco, to smoking, and to chewing the biro nut. I just would encourage you, please, do not be afraid. You're not alone. And this is what it's about. Ultimately, yes, we have to be responsible, but we're not, private. We are a community. And so there are many people in the community that are willing to help you and to accompany you and journey with you, not just for your sake, but the sake of your family, of course. Last month, I lost a dear friend of mine to oral cancer. It was very difficult to do his funeral, and he did his best. He had stopped. He went through all the treatments, the surgery, the radiation, the chemotherapy, but that cancer, as Dr. Brett shared, it was just super, super relentless. And he left behind, 5 kids and a loving wife. And although as a person of faith, I know that he left this life being cherished and loved, just as Iris and your Cisco's family. Your father knew he left this life loved and cherished, and he loved you very much. I'm sure of that. But yet in these situations, I can't help but think, I just can't help but think, what if we did our best to take those measures so that for mothers and fathers, grandmas and grandpas, you could be here as long as the Lord, as long as your life endures, to live your life with purpose and to share those greater moments with your children and with your grandchildren. O aso anay jovencito o faisin si difunta, si nanobia, mafanaogugui gi 1926. Za o faisin gui na malago zo lokui bay mama sa uripara na bula man sa idatu man mama mangangangas no biro na di pigwa. Lo asangonin zo laiho esti bisyu I mama gimagayat bisyun manamko ti pariman hobencito ti pariman hoben. Magayat yung goftungo ko dinansigwe pati dinansigwe gwa uno na amko giniga pasangonin zo na unggan. I manamkota gi man malofan na tempo siya man mamama bisyun manamko. Zalingya haso na no pago na henerasyon, pago na tempo, titatungo tayo mano mafatitinas, no iafog, pari masga, hafa na klase, no ingredients, hafa mananadzi, ko gwati nilay ka ontis zan pago, zan lokwi gi experiensyan niya, leling niya na I manamkota gi mamalofan na tempo, man mama, pues, mas 30 minutos man malofan, pues mazutia, lo lengare para na gipago na henerasyon, iman hobin, and sina ma no pogaigi ipigwa pa di mama todo dia gi halom patsot niya, sempre ugaiga, so tileling niya na tagolokit tigaigi zugini para bay ukondena ikuturata pa di kustumbreta tilelekta na baba pa Thailand si esti na kustumbre no kultura lo taso na bulat tinilay ka gitano za amparon tay todo sti literature za ni studio por sti oral cancer sti na klasin set no ta ekungo kafa ma konsesea hit tatungo na gof serioso esti za ita como ami como mangilizano tatungo na si Diyos sa nahir itatotauta kulang templo ni Espiritu Santo pues ta respeta za ta protege esti pues si Diyos masin o attention mizo za por favor para imaneluta no zangin gwaha probleman mizo gwa zon mizo addiction por favor mga famamalaw sa tinapmamalaw paron gogo no azudo mas na mamalaw zangin gwa problema mo gwa sti addiction za ti mamaysan ha azudo gwa ha man molik siya gi tautauta gi komunidata man malago para fanasisti hamzo por favor no sige ti ta fanagotti kane za ta fanat sopota 1-8 si Diyos en fan benendisi.
Thank you, Father James. So I get the last word. I want to thank everyone for being here, for staying here. from beginning to end, and we really, really appreciate this. And so at this point, I'd like everybody to kind of go outside. Unless would anyone like to say anything? The floor is open for a few minutes. You do have a voice and a say. It's good? Yes. That's Jackie. I think you can use your mic right there.
Oh, okay. But it's okay. I think I have a
Teacher voice.
Teacher voice.
Yes, teacher voice.
First off, thank you. Thank you, Ms. Lynn, for taking this lead. And really getting our community, our leaders, to hear the need for us to take full responsibility together in addressing cancer awareness, especially around oral cancer. So yes, I've lost a brother at a very young age. He was a police officer and left 4 of his children at a very young age. And losing Cisco was another second one that really hit hard. And faced with now my very own son. I asked myself as a parent, did I do my job in educating? And yes, I'm going to say I did as much as I could as a mother. But once our children grow and on their own, that's where that responsibility, owning actions and decisions. And I think that's where probably I would like to see that maybe from our education, from the public school system, that we continue that support for our children. I do have data that we have collected under our youth risk behavior survey that we do every odd year. And it continues to show that we do have students, our children, who are still engaged in those risk behaviors. And so I really plead and ask our community, our families, to make it a part of their conversation at home and make it real to them. You can share the story of Iris, and she actually wrote a book about her dad. And that was a reason why she felt it was a need for her to bring it to her level with the children who are greatly affected and may not understand what it means to face that. So I ask that also our legislators and our governor and lieutenant governor will consider having maybe a portion of the budget to address the cancer supports that are needed, because it's a critical support for our community. And when I see our enforcement, our DPS, honestly, I look at you, I just think of my brother Eddie, for what he also had to face. So it's real to me, real in my family, and real to the community. And I thank you all for standing strong. And let's fight this together, because I know we can change it. And lower the numbers, Dr. Brett. That's what we want to do. If we can get down from 20 a year, 25 a year, getting it down to however way, we need to all do this together. So that's what I claim. Stronger together, we can do this. So thank you.
Thank you, Jackie. So on that note, wait, can I get an amen to what Jackie said at the end there? So can I get into that one? Amen. So, oh, yes, Malua.
So just to echo on Dr. Sabino and Ms. Jackie's statement that, oral cancer has been prevalent in Sinway. A lot of times, obviously, chewing puba has been part of our culture. And a lot of times you grow up with elders that chew puba. I mean, how many of us when we were younger end up chewing the hard puba for our elders, our grandparents? So it starts from there. It starts from junior high. I just also wanted to echo that with biopsies,
We've spoken to CHC about biopsies now. At our clinic, biopsies are not covered by Medicaid. And a lot of the times, patients that come in, they're under Medicaid, they get their free oral cancer screenings, and we see something like a lesion, suspicious lesion, and we tell them, okay, you need to see one of our specialists that comes in from Guam for a biopsy. Biopsies can range from around $800 to $900 at our clinic. Now, Medicaid does not cover that for the ages 20 and over. They only cover biopsies for children below, 19 and below. So a lot of the times they're not only ashamed to come in or they're afraid to know what the results are, but they just can't seem to afford it. They want to get it taken care of, and the only way for us to send them to the ENT or to the cancer doctor would be with pathology. We can't receive pathology reports unless biopsy is done. So I guess that's also part of the reason why a lot of them don't get the proper treatment is because they can't afford it. So again, to echo on what you had suggested. So just so you know a little bit of the information that what our clinic goes through. We want to treat these patients, but they just can't seem to afford the next step. We've worked with CCA with receiving a little bit of funding, but they can only cover so much because of the vast patients that they have to contribute to. So just so you guys are aware.
Thank you again for your partnership. We'll continue to do as much as we can. Malua?
Yeah, I just want to share. I have two sisters. One was already taken by oral cancer, and one is still battling, suffering oral cancer currently, awaiting to be sent back. This is going to be the second or the third time to California for continuous treatment. It's very true that we need to work together, because I think there is no one in this the CNMI that does not know any a family or a friend that is been taken by cancer or is continuously now suffering with cancer. The partnership here with the Cancer Association, I would like to suggest that we include all educational institution, all non-government organization, and any other group that we have here in the CNMI to be part of this partnership, so that we can listen and have people, more of them, to be aware of what we have discussed here. And I know that this will be broadcast, or the discussion here with us this morning, and it will be to reach out and allow other organizations to be part of this. And I'm sure that people will take advantage of getting into and visiting the dentist before it's too late. And I don't think that let us not encourage them after they feel something in their mouth. Let's encourage them to start now. And if the public school system can start with the Board of Education to mandate that all their staff must go through what we are talking about this morning, and then the rest will follow suit. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Malua. Governors is wanting me to round everyone up, so let's go to the stairs and take a beautiful photo. Thank you.
Only because grandma and Cisco were really close to
All right, folks, so we're going to follow them outside, take a photo.
See, I still got to go get my microphone from down there at the other end of the table. But I want to say thanks to all of you for tuning in and watching all this coverage. Some real inspirational conversations, and hopefully we're going to see something good from the government here. But it was really nice to hear what's going on and some real factual information with regards to like typical patients. And I think it's going to resonate with a lot of folks when they hear, especially what they were saying about the typical patient who comes in their mid-40s. They end up noticing a little lump.
And it was sad because I was sad because I knew
They don't do anything about it for like 6 to 9 months until it becomes painful, and they come in and it's already starting to spread. So hearing that stuff from our oncologist, hey, how are you? I saw you walk in. It's so great to see you. I'll be outside in a minute. Oh yeah? I'll chat you up. I'll tell you all about it.
That is going to still happen.
I was following the protocol of having
Gotta get the other microphone.
in the high school. But when I talked to them, when I talked to the kids, they said they started at 6 years. So we started at 6 you know where we get what do you call that? Not support, the GS, the principals, and the principals choose.
We're gonna head outside here in just a second, folks. Packing up as much as I can, as fast as I can, so I can get out there, take a photo, and keep this video going for you. And thanks for watching today. There's Mommy Akeda, of course her brother is Kazu. We lost him to oral cancer years ago. Oh yeah. Oops, excuse me. Yeah, I gotta run in front of all.
Go, get out on the stairs.
Oop. Can I sneak through? Yes, sir. I just gotta get.
$5.
You got it, ma'am. Excuse me. Dispensa. Wait, can I squeeze right through you guys?
Can't see the camera. It doesn't see you.
Oh, I know the camera's. I got the camera.
Hi.
Oh, wait. Wait, see. Oops, dispensa. Oh yeah. One of the things that we get to see in our community all the time is how we do all these little photo ops. It's pretty great.
Everybody ready? Everybody is here. 1, 2, 3. Can we go ahead and on this side lift the banner just a bit? There we go. Okay, everybody ready? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna take one, okay? 3, 1, 2, 3. One more time. Thank you.
You guys are pros. Can I just get one more real quick? All right. Thank you. Thank you. All right, man. Great to see you, man.
You too. I'll see you around with
All the stuff. Yes. All right, those folks are wrapping up now. This probably sounds really windy here.
Well, good to see you.
Hey,
man.
you too, Roy. Great to see you.
I'll see you tomorrow. Is the sexual abuse
Where's that at?
World?
Okay.
Tagaho, 10 a.m. I know you're just taking it day by day and hour by hour.
Yeah. Thank you. All right, 10 o'clock tomorrow. We'll be there. Hey, have a great day. Nice to see you. Commissioner.
Thank you, my brother.
All right, great to see you.
Nice.
All right. Hey.
Later, Brad. See you, brother.
Good to see you. Polly.
All right, I'll see you.
Krista.
Yeah. All right, I'll see you. Yeah.
Great to see you. Hello. All right, folks, that's going to wrap us up from here. I'm going to end up heading back to the studio and calling it a day. Coach/representative, how are you? Good to see you. Hey, good job coaching those Agape kids.
The basket? Yeah, that's great.
See you later.
Good
Good
to
job,
see you.
man. One man, Ricky.
Yay, that's right.
Did you get a good photo?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I hope so. I'll look at the photos when I get back.
I'll see you later.
All right. Great to see you in person. All right. That's everybody, folks. All right. Have a great day. Take care. We'll see you tomorrow morning for Good Morning Marianas.